Hi there, this is Ranjit and welcome to the March 2024 Tech Q&A session where I answer some of your tech related questions that you guys have posted on Twitter. I've got a variety of questions, so let's take them. And the first question that I got is from Sijo Paul. He's asking, Samsung S23 Ultra or the S24 Ultra is better? I see a lot of negative reviews for the S24 Ultra. I would say this is the S24 Ultra. I'm actually retesting it because it got a lot of updates. And frankly speaking, I don't have any issues with this smartphone. I would only say that go with the S23 Ultra if you're getting it for a very, very good deal. That is a price gap of about 35,000 or 40,000 or something like that. Then you can go for the S24 Ultra. But if the price gap is not that much, I would stick for the S24 Ultra. The screen is actually, I've seen a lot of comments about the screen, but I feel the screen is one of the biggest plus point of this one in outdoor lighting. And when there is a lot of reflection, there is actually reflection on this one. You can easily actually see the screen is a game changer, I would say, for me. Camera is good enough, I would say, up to 30x. But after that, if you zoom in, I feel for 50x, I noticed that the S23 Ultra's 50x was slightly more clear. But again, for both of them above 30x, the picture gets blurry, I would say. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Mr. Chaudhary. He's asking, have you got the Mi 14 Ultra and do you expect it to perform better than the S24 Ultra or the iPhone 15 Pro Max in terms of videography? And what are your thoughts about native recording and various LUTs in the default camera app? Mr. Chaudhary, no, I haven't got the, Mi 14 Ultra. Just like you guys, I have actually pre-booked it. I think so they'll start shipping it next month from about 11th or 12th of April onwards. So I'll also be getting it like you guys. I have also pre-booked it. I don't know about videos on the Mi 14 Ultra. Definitely in terms of camera, I feel it might give a very tough competition to the S24 series and even the iPhone. But in videography, I don't know. I need to really test that because in videography, that was not the biggest plus point of the earlier Mi 13 Pro. Let's see, there in the event, they talked a lot about videography and manual modes and LUTs and all those things with the Mi 14 Ultra. Only when I get it, I'll let you guys know how is the terms of the video. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is Mr. Kshitij. He's asking, smart rings are gaining popularity, but there seems to be niche compared to smartwatches. What's your take on the potential? Could they become a mainstream or does it lack a screen and features limit? Yeah, it's an interesting category, I would say. And if you talk about even smart watches and all those things, these are also still a niche audience, I would say. So yes, initially when these rings and all those things come, it will be initially niche. But what I like with the smart rings or something like that is that you can just wear it, and so people who don't like to show off their gadgets or something, it's very it goes behind the scene. It's not like you're wearing a tech gadget or something like that. So that way I like it. Screen, I don't think so. It's a big issue with them because they will pair with your, smartphone or whatever it is, and you can see the data. Again, Samsung is coming out. A lot of players are coming out. In fact, there were rumors that Apple might also jump into this. So yes, this category is going to definitely heat up, and only time will say if the battery life should be good. Again, at least 1 week of battery life I'm expecting with smart rings or something like that, because it's impractical otherwise to remove it every day from your finger and charge it every 2-3 days. So again, let's see how it comes. We know Samsung is coming. Rumors are that Apple will also jump into this one. Let's see. This category is definitely evolving. It's not like Samsung and Apple will be the first. There are already other vendors, but again, when Samsung and Apple will jump into, these are the big players that will be jumping into this market. Interesting times, I would say. This is by Mr. Ghosh. Which is more value for money, OnePlus 12 or Xiaomi 14, and is eSIM really safe than physical SIM? Again, eSIM, I would say yes, the Xiaomi 14 has the eSIM, whereas the OnePlus 12 doesn't have. eSIM is not about safety. Yes, it's of course safe, but it's about the convenience. For example, if you're traveling internationally or something, it's very easy to swap eSIMs. You can have multiple eSIMs in different countries and stuff like that. So it's the ease of use. And in fact, in terms of security also, eSIM is a lot better because let's say your phone is stolen or whatever, you can deactivate the eSIM very easily, which might not be the case with the physical SIM. Physical SIM, yes, you can do it, but it's a lot easier with the eSIM. So again, eSIM is again for people who travel a lot and travel to different countries and stuff. You can have multiple eSIMs for different countries, and you can just select which one you want and use it. So that way, I would say in terms of features where the Xiaomi 14 goes ahead, I'll talk about that. The Xiaomi 14 has IP68 rating, whereas the OnePlus doesn't have. Again, yes, of course, it has the eSIM functionality, and it has IP68 rating also, as I've told you. So these are the broad things that I have noticed that the Xiaomi 14 actually has. One area I would say the OnePlus goes ahead is in terms of battery life. The OnePlus 12 will give you slightly better battery life. It's not like the Xiaomi 14's battery life was bad, but yeah, definitely the OnePlus 12 will give easily about 1 to 1.5 hours of extra SOT. And also in terms of UI, I would say still I would say the OnePlus Oxygen OS, it's nothing but ColorOS, is slightly more cleaner, I would say, compared to the one that we get on Xiaomi 14. So again, it boils down to your preference. And yes, I completely forgot, the biggest difference that you'll notice is that the camera is definitely better on the Xiaomi 14 compared to the OnePlus 12. So weigh down what are your priorities and go about with the same. This is by Mr. Sundardeep. This is a car related question, but again a camera related question also. I'll talk about it. I shoot car videos with my phone despite having the Sony A7 III. In fact, I also have the A7 III. This video is being shot with the A7 III. The kit lens 28 to 60mm video comes out very shaky and the effort isn't worth to edit later on. What lens, any budget I should opt for that provides some stability? Is gimbal necessary? Yes, definitely that 28 to 60mm lens that you get will be a lot more shaky. I would say for car videos and something, go with ultra wide. For example, I don't recall, I'll add it in the description. This is a Tamron lens that I'm using, and this is sort of an ultra wide lens. If I recall, this is 12mm to 28mm or something like that. I'll add it in the description. And at the widest one, actually it shakes a lot less. But again, these cameras, these mirrorless or DSLR, they won't be as stable as your smartphone. So if you want the smoothest footage, you will have to put it on a gimbal. That's a simple fact. That's the reason whenever I'm also shooting some car videos or something, I just use my smartphone. It's just way easier, to be very frank. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Justice Tech. Will we ever get EVs in India for less than 10 lakhs? If yes, then when? Please pick up my question. Justice Tech, we already have electric vehicles, cars in India that cost less than 10 lakhs. For example, you can go with the Tata Tiago EV and even the MG Comet. Both you can have after registration for the base entry level models less than 10 lakhs. And moving to the next one, this is by Singhji. Sir, should I go for the S23 Ultra as I'm hearing some bad reviews of the screen of the S24 Ultra? I have a moderate usage and want a clean UI experience. I didn't have any problems of any screen issues on this one. The only thing that I noticed is that the screen on the S24 Ultra gets dirty very quickly, and it attracts a lot of dust or whatever grime. I think so it's that coating that they have. It's just because of that, as you can see, that grime or whatever. So you have to constantly keep actually cleaning it with a cloth. But apart from that, I did not notice any issues with the screen on this one. In fact, this is one of the brightest damn screens in outdoor sunlight, I would say. It is easily visible, and also because it restricts those glare and something. Even actually there are like 4 lights over here, and just imagine, this is so good. This is handling it without any issues. So that way I would say I don't have personal issues with this one. Only one bug I've noticed now in YouTube is that, I don't know, this happened after the latest update. Sometimes for some reason while watching YouTube, even if I keep it on maximum brightness, the videos are simply not that bright. But when I kill the YouTube app and just reload YouTube, then it's fine, it's bright. So there was some bug, I think so, that got added in the last update, because I didn't notice this issue prior to the latest update. But as of now, I personally am not having any issues with the screen. Actually, I enjoy this phone using outdoors a lot, and even in direct sunlight, because this is the easiest visible in direct sunlight, I would say. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Amrit Kumar. Which is more efficient for long, short rides, EV or petrol based car? Please give your opinion. I would definitely say if your runs are very, very short, less than, let's say, 10 kilometers per day, then going with the EV will not make that much sense, because you're simply not just traveling about 300 odd kilometers. But again, if your run is a little bit more, I would say somewhere around, let's say, 25-30 kilometers per day, if you're traveling every day, then yeah, in a month you might also go out somewhere here and there. So average you'll do about 1,000 kilometers. If you're that kind of a person doing almost 900 to 1,000 kilometers in a month, then EV will definitely make a lot more sense. I know in our community there are people who actually used to drive a lot. We are slightly outskirts of the city, so many of them were driving about 60-70 kilometers per day, and one of them actually did over 100 kilometers a day, and now they have an EV and they're so happy because the amount of savings that they are getting every day, because they're traveling so much, that increases. So I would say if your run is very, very low, less than 10 kilometers per day, you might not appreciate the savings that you will get with the EV. But again, if your per kilometer ride per day, or an average in a month, I would say is a lot more. I would say anywhere if it's more than 800-900 kilometers in a month, then the EV will make sense. And of course, if you munch a lot of kilometers, then of course EV will make sense. Personally for me, my run is approximately about 1,500 kilometers per month, and I'm saving quite a bit on my EV. I've already done about more than 15,000 kilometers. We'll be touching about 16,000 kilometers, and I save quite a bit, at least about 14,000-15,000 rupees per month every month because of my EV. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by the K-Tech. How's the Phone 2A modem? That is, I think so he's talking about Nothing Phone 2A compared to the Snapdragon and the iPhone modem. How's the mobile data speeds and Wi-Fi speeds, as MediaTek are known to have average modems compared to Apple or Qualcomm Snapdragon? Actually, Apple doesn't have their own modems. They license it with Qualcomm. The thing is that I did not have any issues with the modem on the Nothing Phone 2. In fact, I did mention it on my review also. For example, I tested on my main SIM, that is Airtel, and in this area, the maximum 5G speeds that I get over around 330 to 350 megabit, and that was the same speed I was getting even on the Nothing Phone 2. I don't get those 1 gigabit speeds or whatever in this area now. So yes, that 350 megabit speeds what I get with even the flagship Android smartphones, that's the same speed that I got with the Nothing Phone 2A. And Wi-Fi also, personally for me, I actually did not have any issues with the Wi-Fi. So I would say that's a non-issue. In fact, in terms of networking, I did not have networking. In fact, the call quality was also very good. In fact, they also solved the proximity sensor issue that the original Nothing Phone 1 had. So that way, I didn't have a problem. Again, watch my full in-depth review of the Nothing Phone 2A to get more info. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Kusher. Is it preferred to use RAM boost, virtual RAM, as Nothing marketed it as 12.8? This is all horseshit, I would say. The first thing I did on the Nothing Phone 2A when I got it is I disabled that, virtual RAM. This virtual RAM is useful, I would say, yes, in certain situations, but for that, your storage type should be very, very fast. It needs UFS 3.1. If not, I would say I don't even enable it on UFS 3.1. Only if a phone is having UFS 4 or 4.0, I enable that. So definitely I would say yes, we do have that feature of virtual RAM on the Nothing Phone 2A, but again, it's just a hype and a marketing gimmick, because the storage type on that phone is just UFS 2.2. So it simply does not make any sense to enable that virtual RAM, because it will slow down the entire phone. I think so. The lag and something that people are mentioning now is because of that virtual RAM. By default, Nothing team did a stupidity of enabling that virtual RAM, and virtual RAM with UFS 2.2 is a very, very bad combination. So again, if I were you, I will simply disable that virtual RAM. And I'm hearing on social media that lag issue or something. I think so that is caused because of this stupid virtual RAM. Because the first thing I did when I got the Nothing Phone 2A, I disabled that virtual RAM, and I did all my testing with that, and I did not notice any issues of lagginess or anything like that. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Mr. Pawan. He's asking, you always produced amazing content. Thank you. How are your motorcycles holding up? Do you still own both the bikes? Haven't seen a lot of videos in past year on them. Yes, I still have both the bikes, the Highness and even the Triumph Trident 660. Yes, because I was not keeping well, I didn't drove it. In fact, I haven't driven my bikes for almost a year now. I might be selling up my Highness because I don't think so. I just have that much time for both the bikes. And right now, again, it's summer has started in Hyderabad. So yes, I won't be driving it because it gets very, very hot. Maybe after about 4-5 months when the temperatures come down, I might start driving. But again, I might sell off the Highness because I simply don't have time for both the bikes. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Mr. Kondo. Nothing Phone 2A. Nothing Phone 2 was overpriced at about 45 to 50,000. After all the updates and price drop, is there any better option than Nothing Phone 2 at 35,000, 256 gigabyte variant for all round? I feel now if you're able to get the Nothing Phone 2 at that 35,000 price point for the 256 gigabyte version, I think so it's a very, very good deal. Yes, there was this iQOO Neo 9 Pro, I would say. Technically speaking, in terms of just hardware, yes, I would say the iQOO goes ahead in terms of the processor, I would say. But overall, I would say the Nothing Phone has a lot more cleaner UI and all those things. And again, I would say the camera setup is also slightly better on the Nothing one. So yes, I would say the Nothing Phone 2, if you're able to get it at that price point, is a good deal now. You will continue to get that clean Android experience, which has become a rarity these days. This is by Kozam. He's asking, thinking of getting a Legion Pro 5 laptop. What's your opinion on Lenovo's laptop service in India? In fact, I also own the Legion Pro 5 laptop, the 2021 edition. So now it's almost 3 years old. And to be frank, I don't have any issues with that laptop. So frankly speaking, I haven't used the Lenovo service, laptop service, because I didn't have to use it. So not sure, but I've heard that Lenovo service is actually much better. And again, it's also available in a lot more cities. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Raccoon. Will you be reviewing the Galaxy A55? Need your valuable suggestion on the Exynos 1480 before making that decision. Again, I got a lot of questions similar to this one regarding reviewing the Samsung Galaxy A55. And sadly, guys, I am skipping that device because that device simply does not make any sense at that price point. If you really want that Samsung phone because of the Samsung UI, the Knox features, and all those other things, I would say invest a little bit more and get the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE. That is a far better handset compared to the Galaxy A55. I just don't get the logic. Why will a person go with the Galaxy A55 at that price point when you have the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE, which is a far superior smartphone? Yeah, anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Abhishek. So most of us want to have a high-speed internet, but we mostly use it for WhatsApp, video calling, streaming, and yes, work from home. As per my experience, a good 50 to 100 megabit connection is able to handle that stuff. Does one need to upgrade it to gigabit speeds or the latest Wi-Fi 6? Wi-Fi 6 is a different thing because if you have newer devices that support Wi-Fi 6, they will consume a lot less battery life. So Wi-Fi 6 is a lot more optimized. Okay, regarding the internet speed, yes, you're perfectly right. For most users, casual stuff that we're using, unless you're uploading crazy gigabytes and gigabytes of data, a regular 50 megabit or 100 megabit connection will do fine. For example, I'll give you my example. In this area, I actually had a 100 megabit connection, and I was very happy with it, uploading YouTube videos, everything. In fact, have 4 different 4K televisions and one 8K television also. We do streaming on that, and it was able to handle it. So simply I didn't require the speed upgrade, but again, I got an offer with my broadband provider. By just paying 150 rupees more, I was able to opt for 300 megabit speed. So I just opted for that. Did I need it? No. The only place where I actually take advantage of the 300 megabit speeds and stuff like that, when I'm doing laptop reviews and something like that, you have to download a lot of files, games and stuff like that, and those are big. So only those situations I'm going close to about 300 megabit. But apart from that, even that 100 megabit connection was sort of an overkill. That's the reason I didn't opt for a gigabit connection over here in this area, though I have a gigabit connection in my older setup. So yes, you'll be perfectly fine with that 50 to 100 megabit connection, with even if you're having about three odd 4K televisions and stuff like that and streaming, perfectly fine. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Satya. In future, electricity charges for every household will be huge because of ACs. So solar panels is a must. I think we can install solar panels for apartments. Do you prefer own house over apartment for buying solar panel? Satya, the thing is that if you have an apartment, sadly, you cannot put solar panels for personal use. You can put solar panels, but that will be only applicable for your community, common areas, for example, the lifts, the corridor lighting or something. But personally, you cannot put solar panels legally because you do not own the terrace if you are on an apartment. And to put solar panels and use it for your personal use, you need to own the terrace. But there was an update that for common areas, yes, for like lifts, lighting and whatever, the residential community can put up solar panels on the roof, but again, it's for the common areas, can't be used for personal stuff. This is my personal own house, that's why I am able to put actually the solar panels. When I was in my temporary apartment situation, I simply could not have put solar panels because simply that is not allowed. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Mr. Rajni. I love Motorola smartphones, but software support is very poor. What is the reason behind that? I mean, it's very hard to give regular software updates for 4 years. Rajni, yes, that's the biggest gripe that I have with Motorola phones and the Motorola team. Whenever I get to meet them or do virtual calls with them, that is the first thing that I tell to them. Man, software updates, improve your software updates frequency and be a lot more proactive on it. Let's see now in 2024 if they improve it. I'm hearing rumors that the flagship Edge 50 or series might be launching in India also very soon. Let's see what's the update cycle and the frequency for that. I'm keeping my fingers actually crossed for that. Anyways, moving to the next one. This is by Mr. Kian Singh. He's asking, which one should I pick? Pixel 7a, Nothing Phone 2, Samsung S21 FE, Snapdragon 888 or the OnePlus 12R. I would simply drop the Pixel 7a and the Samsung S21 FE because both of them will heat up in Indian conditions now, the summer and all this thing, because the processor that is used on. Even the Snapdragon 888 is not a very optimized processor. It heats up quite a bit. So I will drop both of them. Between the Nothing Phone 2 and the OnePlus 12R should be your picks. Yes, the processor is better on the OnePlus 12R, but I didn't personally test it, and I've heard that the camera on the OnePlus 12R is very, very average. So again, between the Nothing 2 or the OnePlus 12R would be my pick. Okay, this is by Nishant. He's asking, since every company has launched Ultra devices or their top spec smartphones this year, which one is your favorite out of them? And your review on Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Do you think it can dethrone the giants as pictures and video come out to be really good on the 14 Ultra? Again, as I've told you, I don't have the Xiaomi 14 Ultra. I've also actually pre-booked it like you guys. Should be getting it next month, so I will test it. I feel in terms of the static pictures, it might become the champ, I would say, because of that Leica lens. And apart from that, they have also implemented that variable aperture thing with the main lens, which is a very complex thing. They have done that. So in terms of hardware, I would say camera hardware, as of now in the industry, they are doing the cutting edge stuff in terms of the camera hardware. So I feel, considering the picture quality of the Xiaomi 13 the Pro was actually very, very good. I have very, very high expectations in terms of static pics with even the 14 Ultra. That's the reason I actually booked it. But in videography, let's see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, now this is the last question. It's an AC related question. This is by Vanchani. He's asking, hey Ranjit, it's summer and I wanted to buy an air conditioner. How's your Panasonic AC working? You mentioned noise on higher side, and also should we purchase a stabilizer along the AC? My Panasonic AC is working fine. It's an inverter, 1.5 ton AC, and it's a 5-star rated AC. The ICER value what it had was 5.1 if I recall, and it's been working fine. The only problem with the Panasonic ACs is, I've told you, the blower noise. It's not the compressor's noise or whatever, you won't hear it. It's just the fan noise is a lot louder compared to other air conditioners. And that's the same case. But again, after you switch it on, you get used to it. And that AC is perfectly working fine. The cooling is very, very good. So anyways, guys, that's it for now for this tech Q&A session. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.